Welcome to episode 3 of Coffee42, which is an interlude. To get an idea of what an interlude episode is, an interlude episode is an episode on random topics, some just the surface of it, and some in depth. It's just a question and answer episode, where we learn from each other as we go. Also, interlude episodes are going to be a free flow episode, where if there's a mistake or anything, it will not be edited out. Now you have learned what an interlude episode is, there's nothing more to do than begin. Our first topic is going to be about time travel and time dilation. What is time travel? Time travel is the concept of moving between two certain points. It may be to the past or to the future, a different time than your current. As an object accelerates, time moves slower. In this theory of relativity, Einstein proved that gravity is an acceleration rather than a pull. Therefore, as an object approaches to a high gravitational field, in this case a planet orbiting a black hole, time moves much slower. For this reason, the astronauts in the movie Interstellar were younger than their children when they went back to home. There are some known theories or ways to time travel, but these are the most prominent ones. These are the 3 ways to travel back in time. They are just theories though. Light speed. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, when you travel at speeds approaching the speed of light, time slows down for you relative to the outside world. However, it is physically impossible to exceed the light speed because an object moving at the speed of light through space experiences no time at all, or in other words, they are frozen in time. Therefore, the real reason why we can't move faster than the speed of light is that once we're moving entirely through space, there's no more speed to be gained. You will be consistently moving backward in time, according to the theory of relativity, which has never been experimentally verified for such a case. Just like slower than light speed, objects travel forward in time. What relativity forbids is an object going from slower than light speed to faster than light speed, and vice versa. So, if you are going faster than the speed of light, you will theoretically be unable to decelerate to below light speed. So you'd be stuck traveling backward in time like the rest of us are stuck traveling going forward in time. The second method is wormholes. A wormhole is like a tunnel between 2 distant points in our universe that cuts the travel time from one point to the other. Instead of traveling for many millions of years from one galaxy to another, under the right conditions, one could theoretically use a wormhole to cut the travel time down to hours or minutes. Because wormholes represent shortcuts through space-time, they could even act like time machines. You might emerge from one end of a wormhole at a time earlier than when you entered its other end, but now it's just a theory. The third way for time travel is cosmic strings. Cosmic strings are essentially one-dimensional cracks in the fabric of the universe, which were created shortly after the Big Bang. They are thin tubes of energy which weave through the entirety of the universe and could potentially contain so much energy and mass that they would be able to warp space-time around them, but scientists are still searching for evidence that they exist. Time is not absolute. The faster you move through space, the slower you move through time. Time is really a mysterious thing. It slows at high speeds, stops at the speed of light, becomes space inside a black hole, and moves backward beyond the speed of light. Because light travels at a finite speed, we are always seeing the past. This means that we can see the past but not travel to it. Also, we can't see the future but travel to it. Time and space are like 2 sides of the same coin. Both are individually relative, but together they form absolute fabric called space-time. No one knows why time flows towards the future, and therefore towards a higher entropy state, as well as towards a larger universe, and not the other way around. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time is a dimension and objects can travel across it. This is the end to our time travel and time dilation section. I hope you learned something from it. Our second topic is going to be about black hole. What are black holes? Black hole that was displayed in the movie Interstellar is quite accurate compared to what someone would see in person. Black hole appears to have a light disk surrounding it. It's very dark event horizon. The light disk creation is due to the space-time curvature near the black hole causing light to have a bent route in which light circles around the black hole. To define black holes simply, a black hole is a place in space where gravity pulls so much that even light cannot get out. The gravity is so strong because matter has been squeezed into a tiny space. This can happen when a star is dying, because no light can get out. However, people can't see black holes. They are invisible. Space telescopes with special tools can help find black holes. The special tools can see how stars that are very close to black holes act differently than other stars. What will happen if you fall into a black hole? As you approach the black hole, you will gradually start to experience its strong gravitational pull. As you move closer to the black hole, you'd be accelerated to high speeds comparable to speed of light. However, for people watching you from the outside, you'd appear to fall into the black hole in slow motion due to time dilation. This will continue until you reach the event horizon. Here, time stops relatively and reality splits into two. As time stops, people on the outside would see you freeze at the event horizon. In fact, due to the strong gravity, light emitted by you will be redshifted by the time it reaches their eyes, and they'd actually never know what happened with you. But for you, time will run normally. Inside the black hole, you will see the entire future of the universe unfold in front of you in a matter of moments. You will then finally reach the black hole's singularity. Here, you will either be crushed by the infinite gravity or transported to another universe. Could a black hole destroy Earth? Black holes do not go around in space eating stars, moons, and planets. Earth will not fall into a black hole because no black hole is close enough to the solar system for Earth to do that. Even if a black hole the same mass as the Sun were to take the place of the Sun, Earth still would not fall in. The black hole would have the same gravity as the Sun. Earth and the other planets would orbit the black hole as they orbit the Sun now. However, the Sun will never turn into a black hole. The Sun is not big enough of a star to make a black hole. Now let's talk about robots. What is robotics? Robotics is the engineering branch that deals with the usage of robots in many different ways. Digging a little deeper, we see that robots are defined as an automatically operated machine that carries out a series of actions independently and does the work that usually accomplished by a human. Robots will increase the economic growth and productivity and create new career opportunities for many people worldwide. However, there are still warnings out there about massive job losses, forecasting losses of 20 million manufacturing jobs by 2030, or how 30% of all jobs could be automated by 2030. So you can see how there are pros and cons of having machines do things for us. There are many types of robot that exist with different capabilities, with the one that is currently headlining Tesla robot. However, there's a type of robot that is magnificent and scary at the same time, due to its capability. Capability of doing what you're asking? You'll know by learning about xenobots. The headline of this robot was, "Robots can now reproduce." Biological robots known as xenobots, created by the researchers at the Harvard University, can now self-replicate. Xenobots, named after the African cloud frog, are synthetic life forms that are designed by computers to perform some desired function and built by combining together different biological tissues. Whether xenobots are robots, organisms, or something else entirely remains a subject of debate among scientists. As stated by a researcher, Xenobots can swim out into their tiny dish, find single cells, gather hundreds of them together, and assemble baby Xenobots inside their Pac-Man shaped mouth. That, a few days later, become new Xenobots that look and move just like themselves. Now let's talk about aliens. Extraterrestrial life, also referred to as alien life, is life that may occur outside Earth, and which did not originate on Earth. No extraterrestrial life has yet to be consequently detected, although efforts are underway. Why haven't we met aliens yet? There are many theories, but these are main ones. The rare Earth theory, we are the only intelligent life in the universe. The Great Filter theory, other intelligent aliens died in mass extinction events, we might be the next. The Great Silence theory, other aliens are too intelligent and we are simply not worth their time. The early bird theory, life first began on Earth. We are the most advanced beings. Different kind of life, they are not carbon-based like us. Now let's talk about the Tesseract. In the film Interstellar, the Tesseract was designed by people in the future. They managed to construct such a complex structure like a tesseract that has a 5-dimensioned and gained infinite access to space and time. Tesseract, where Cooper travels through time, is a 3-dimensional space inside 5 dimensions. Cooper was able to see every single moment in the infinite time frame. Although tesseracts were depicted like this in the film, it requires super advanced technology that we may not be able to create them. Yet, in the film, it was thought that the people in the future had managed to build tesseracts allowing time travel. What is Klein bottle? A recreation of a glass Klein bottle is obviously a 3D object. You can hold it, however, the concept of Klein bottle is very clearly a 4-dimensional object. The Klein bottle was invented as a 4D take on the 3D Mobius strip, eliminated edges from the equation as well. So what's this 4D about the Klein bottle exactly? There's a bit on the Klein bottle that looks like it's going through the other part of itself. It's not actually touching itself there at all. In 3D it certainly would and does, but those pieces would not touch themselves in a 4-dimensional world. If you look at a 3D recreation of the bottle, it's obviously not the case. Clearly, you can see that the glass is connected to itself. Running your finger along the handle will not somehow get you inside the bottle. In a real 4-dimensional Klein bottle, your 4-dimensional finger would pass right through that wall. Therefore, the question is, can humans create a tesseract in real life? No. Strictly speaking, a tesseract is a 4-dimensional object. Humans cannot perceive dimensions which are higher than 3, let alone craft objects in those dimensions. This is the end to the first interlude episode, and thank you for tuning in. I hope you're going to be back in the next ones while getting a better quality every time. Please make sure to recommend topics you would like to hear about in the comment section.